Talk to me about American or UK Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
It's funny because you're on one hand this guy that moves and does parkour and talks about veganism and stuff, and then I see you on like a primetime TV game show, and I'm just like, it just always seems different to see Tim up there doing things like that. Why do you compete in things like that? Why do you love that kind of live competition? And then why did you win? You won for...
I got last man standing.
Okay.
Can't call it won. I got the furthest.
Okay.
It sort of helps me relate to UFC even more because it's that one moment, that one chance in front of live audience, televised to millions of people. I get to really comprehend it. In the moment, I really dislike it. It's you know, I'll be nervous, which is natural, and then I'll think about something else in my life, like money or relationships, and then that will go to a negative place. And I'll realize that the thought is following my emotion because I'm nervous. And then I think about this scenario, I find a bad thought. And it's taught me that, so that you can't always trust your thoughts, because if you're feeling in a bad place and you're thinking about things, you'll find a negative way to find that. And so it's taught me that. And then on top of that, you go through the motions, you take the challenge, you go, right, I'm nervous, but I'm going to do this anyway. I'm going to do the best. And try to find that focus in the moment, because it's once a year. And it's like, you suddenly are thrust into this thing and it doesn't feel like, it's hard to live that moment. It happens very fast and it's a blur. But then on the other side of it, you have that contrast of the relief of, even if you fall, and I've fallen in before, when you fall in, you go, oh, the thing I was scared of wasn't that bad after all. And that freeing feeling that you can't really get unless you challenge yourself on that kind of level to that kind of severity.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you were last man standing 2 years ago.
In season 1, UK Ninja Warrior.
And last year you fell in.
Second, yeah.
Which means you fell on the course and went into the water and all that stuff. Those courses look really tricky.
You get no practice on them.
So you don't get to practice.
It's one
you
shot.
Get to see them? Like
you can see them, yeah, but when
you don't get to touch them.
No, but you're watching. You can, when you're in the back and other people are running, you can watch it on TV. But it's a side scroller. It's like Mario, one of the first Marios.
Oh, so you just see the side.
And then suddenly, when you're there, it's like it's like so surreal to you because you only ever watched it side on, and then everything. Oh, the distances look different and all sorts. So it's a very surreal moment. Yeah.
And what happened last time where you fell in?
So
those announcers are giving you a hard time. Like, Tim doesn't seem like he's in it, because I think you blew him away so much before, where they're like, "Oh, Tim's on it." I mean, you do look like a Superman when you're doing that.
I fell in, but then I still made it through because I was the furthest 15 made the final. So I fell in then and finished 14th because I got the furthest fastest.
Okay.
And then in the next round I was free from my demons because I had the failure, and then I made it through final stage 1, the fastest, and then in final stage 2. I went up the salmon ladder, and when I was swinging forward, I swung backwards, and I was feeling that was the best I'd felt the whole series, and so I swung too hard, and a miscalculation on the swing back, the bar popped off the rungs,
right, and
I fell in because of the one thing I overlooked on that run. I felt like if I would have made that, I would have gone a lot further.
Takeaways from that?
Yeah, don't overlook anything. Like, really focus on every single movement. So I thought about all the rope swings. I thought about all the going up, and I just overlooked that. Yeah, you have to really think about every half second of that run of what you're going to do.
Right, mentally taxing. You're going to do this? You're going to keep doing this?
Yeah, but I don't enjoy it, like I say, and it's very much you feel like herding in and out. They don't care about how you result. They just want the TV moment.
Right.
But that's good for my ego to go through that, and it's good for me to feel that nervous energy before something, so I can continue to respect other people that challenge themselves in any sport, discipline, career choice, anything, you know.
Yeah, because you don't get that moment otherwise.
No, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I had Dan Hardy in here, UFC fighter, a couple times now.
Yeah.
What I found most interesting about him is that he took like complete ownership for those losses that he had in his career. Some fighters will be like, "Oh, it wasn't my night."
Yeah.
But like when he got KO'd by Carlos Condit in the O2 Arena in front of everybody.
I saw that.
You know,
That was my first ever UFC.
Oh, really? Were you there?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Because like Guy Ritchie and everybody was in the front row.
Yeah.
And when he was on the show, he was like, "Yeah, I messed up because I wasn't present and I should have done that hook, and I was getting sloppy and I kept going to the left hook." And I found, like, I was really surprised, but he owned every piece of his outcome.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes some great fighters and great people, the people that take the ownership of it and not just chalk it up to I don't know.
You have to blame yourself. Yeah, you have.
Yourself.
Yeah. You have to take full responsibility for everything in your life.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. To watch the rest of this fascinating interview, click on the link below and go to LondonReelAcademy.com. There you can sign in with your social media, log in and watch the rest of the episode for free, along with all of our episodes on London Reel, my webinars, and all of our premium content, all located over at LondonReelAcademy.com. So click on the link below. You'll be directed there and you can watch the rest of this fascinating interview, and I'll see you there.